Hey guys, it's Michelle from Mike's Repair Channel. Uh, Basically, today I'm gonna be constructing the electrical panel for a CNC machine. Um, I've already bought this kit on Amazon that comes with four motors, four controllers, all the shebang for doing the wiring part. It just doesn't have like the wires and stuff like that. So I bought some. I forgot what these are called. Terminal blocks, screw-on connectors, emergency stop wires, the electrical panel. I printed up with my printer some of these things to zip tie the wires down so they don't just hang everywhere. Got some micro switches, screws to screw down the controllers to the bottom of this board. A few things like that. So also got my P-Touch to identify the terminals. Basically, I got terminal blocks that have the same color as the motor wires. So for each motor, I'll have one color of each like that. In the panel here, I'll have everything laid out with the matching wire colors. So basically, for anybody watching who has seen any of my content, basically I usually do car videos, but I also do like suspended ceilings and stuff like that. So and metal fab, and I want to expand on my metal fabrication with a CNC plasma cutter. So basically I've been reading quite a bit online. So I ended up buying this kit, checking out if I can make the motors turn and how the softwares work, and seeing if I get that all going. And then once I got that going, I started reading up a bit more online, and then ordered a bunch of stuff on Prime Day. Prime Day came up, and I was like, I had already made a list and how much it would cost me. And basically, when Prime Day hit, basically a lot of the things were like 10 to 20, sometimes even 30% off. Like this thing was $50 off. So instead of being at 260, it was 210. So not too bad. Same thing for the electrical panel, wires, terminal blocks, connectors, the emergency stop. Hear about this here. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna go over step by step on doing this electrical panel. I'm still missing the contactor that'll turn off the power whenever you hit stop to the whole machine, or the emergency stop to the whole machine. And I'm also missing the 12-volt power supply, which will supply 12 volts to this fan. And then the only thing I need to buy left would be a 24-volt DIN mount power supply, which will supply 24 volts to this board, because this kit is a 36-volt motor, but I think this board up here only takes 24 volts. I would have to double check, but I have to get that plus a relay block or a relay mount with a relay in it for DIN rail. Like that, I could also activate the plasma cutter through a signal using the relay. For the frame of the CNC machine, I will be using some aluminum extrusion, and for the base of the machine where the linear rails are going to ride on, I'm going to use this piece of I guess pallet stocking, whatever you want to call it. I'm French, so I don't know all the English words for everything. So basically, I'm going to take these side rails, and my aluminum extrusion is going to sit on it, but this is going to be the piece that's going to go, that's going to cross the aluminum extrusion so I could build my table. So basically, I'm going to build a table that's 4 foot by 4 foot. So basically, I'm going to need 2 4-foot sections. And those will go across from the aluminum extrusion I ordered, which is like 52 inches long. And that'll support underneath, and then I'll be able to mount legs to that support. As you can see here, this is my DIN rail. So I got my 3 steppers, because I will only be using three steppers, one for the X, Y, and Z. I don't think I will be using a 4th one unless the uh, X-axis has a hard time moving the gantry. Then I'll put 2 motors, one on each side with a lead screw pushing the whole gantry. But I think it should be fine. I mean, my gantry will be made out of aluminum, and I mean, I find that should be fine for everything that I'll be doing. If ever I get like a bigger gantry or something like that, or put more options on it, might look to upgrade in the future. But I mean, it is just plasma cutting, so there is no force on the actual gantry stopping it from moving forward and back, other than the weight of the gantry and the quality of the bearings. So basically, I got my 3 stepper, like 4 wire pairs, and then I got my 3 homes. I will have limits, but I don't know how to wire them into yet. So I don't know how I'll have it set up on the DIN rail. And then I have my grounds. So my grounds basically, since I'm not using all 5 of the colored green and yellow in the kit, I basically just put my ground, which is screwed onto the DIN rail. And then these, basically these 4 are just a green, yellow screwed together. So basically it's like one big connection here. And basically I'll just have basically 1 wire coming in to my ground, plus 1 jumper to supply this block of terminal blocks. Like that, I should have, you know, a good chunk of grounding, and I shouldn't be missing any. So basically this, I don't know how I want it laid out yet. I still have a power supply I need to fit in here. I do want, basically I bought these connectors to be flush mount. So I don't know if I'm gonna make holes on the top for the wires to hook up to, because basically on the bottom of this box you can see that there's like these knockouts for installing these things, and that's going to be my power coming in from one side, and then to the other that's going to be going to the emergency stop. So I'm going to have a contactor, and which is basically going to cut off power if I need to stop the machine. I don't need to go to the computer and hit stop. I'm just going to hit the emergency stop or stop, and that'll open the contactor and should turn off the whole panel. So I was thinking maybe this DIN rail could go up here. I just need to space it out enough like that I could actually, or I just do these connectors first and then I fix this rail down. I have to see that in another day when I get everything in. But basically, this is the intake side. This is the fan side. I assume this pushes air out. There is a little screen on this side, so I'm assuming this one pushes and this one sucks in. So basically, my layout could be something like this. And then this one here. I really don't know how I'm going to do that, but basically this side goes to here, and these will go to the, whoops, my camera. And these will go to the, basically everything that's a limit switch. So basically I'm hoping to, actually what I could do is just bring these over to this side. Oh, but then I'm crossing, I'll probably end up switching sides. I'll probably like slide these off that way and slide them back on here. Like that I could, because I don't want to mix the power and the signals. So I want the signals, all the signals are coming here, and then the power is coming coming up here and leaving up there, and all the signals are going to be coming up, you know, on one side of the box, because you don't really want any interference with this kind of stuff. The wire I did order, so basically this wire is not shielded, but this is going to be the wire for inside the panel. So inside the panel, I will try to separate everything so there's the least amount of interference. But usually in a panel, you don't have to really worry about interference. It's when you get out with the motors and stuff like that that will cause interference in the wires, especially if you like loop the wires a ton. That'll cause a whole bunch of inductance in the actual wire. So like, for example, whenever you loop up your extension cord and you plug it in the wall, that'll create resistance in your extension cord. Let's say if you have a 100-foot extension cord, if you like loop it up really tight and then you plug it in and you just, you know, just hooking something up real fast, that'll cause inductance, causing whatever you're using to pull more amperage. So basically that's it. I will have these little things, you know, mounted probably like somewhere here, or don't really know if I should even use them, but basically I do want to keep the wires in here very tidy. You know, I did take quite a small panel. Basically I was trying to go on a budget for this. I want to spend under $2,000. I will have everything I bought linked in an Excel file that'll be shared, or I'll just put links to everything that I bought in the description of this video. I will try to update it to keep everything, you know, I do buy. Like here I got some, you know, M6 T-nuts, and here I got all the smaller stuff because I don't know what I will be needing. So I bought more just in case. What else? Basically, I will be using ferrules for everything. So I got a little kit somewhere. I think I brought it at work, but I have a kit to crimp my ferrules on the actual wire. So I will be crimping everything into place like that. There's no loose strands that'll short somewhere by accident, unintended. So over here, this is this 36-volt power supply. So this is kind of why I'm running low on space. I'm just gonna unscrew this real fast. And that's something I'm missing right now, is I don't have any. I do have a second DIN rail that came with the kit, but I would like to be able to mount this one somewhere. But this panel is a little small. I can't. Like, no real good place to be mounting this. Yeah, could always try to do something like that. Does that still close? Yeah, that's still close. And that could be something like that. Or that could be something like that. I don't know yet. Yeah, that could be mounted somewhere on the bottom. I just need to find. Oh, see, look, there's screw holes in the back here. So if I take off this backing plate, I could probably screw it onto the back. Just don't have to. Well, I'm already on 115 because I did try it out, but I'm assuming somebody who would be building this, you'd have to really make sure to put the 115 or 120, whatever you're on before mounting this like this. And this is really like the only way, because then I could have my emergency stop. But like, I mean, the wires are gonna be passing close to this, but shouldn't get hot enough to burn. This is only like a 300-watt power supply, so 360 watt. I don't think this is gonna pull very much amps I think this is a good enough setup. Just got to figure out a way to mount that USB connection. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, I'm happy with that. All right, guys. So basically, I took out the 36-volt power supply that was here. I will order the DIN mounted 24-volt power supply. In the meantime, I will be wiring in this 24-volt. It's another 10-amp power supply, but it has no fan. This one. This is it's a little cheaper quality. I was using it for my LED lights in the house. But meantime, I get my 24-volt DIN rail mounted power supply. It's going to be mounted about here with this DIN rail here. So I will be mounting a DIN rail on the bottom, and I will try to have all my like 120 volts and like powers. So right now I mounted the powers up here for the 24 volts, but this will have to go because I will need the space for more inputs at like for the wire that's going to come from the plasma cutter. So that's also going to come from up here and be connected here, which will probably go to a relay. I don't really know how that's going to be wired in yet. But basically, for right now, I just put my black, blue, black to be the positive and the gray, blue, gray to be my negative, which will be wired into these things. Because I would like to mount this, just create the rough design and just getting tested again to make sure that the motors still work. So basically, I will be mounting like these little connectors in the panel, in this plastic panel. So I'm gonna have to get like, I'm not gonna drill it because this is like probably ABS, so it'll probably crack, but I will probably try to machine something so I could heat something up and then make a hole and then pass this in it, maybe clean the hole a bit, pass this in it, and this will be fixed here, and it'll be one for each phase. So there's one for each motor. So there's one motor, there will be 3 of these, and then I got the female ends here. So basically these will be like that on top of the panel, and then I'll have the same setup on the motor. So basically, if ever I need to change a motor, it's just unhook. And if I ever want to leave with the panel, I just unhook all the wires on top and I leave with it. And the only thing that I'll have to uninstall would be the emergency stop button, which will be wired directly into the bottom here. So I will turn on time lapse and I'll start screwing this in roughly. It won't be the final location because I will probably be dismounting everything here to add like little spacers on this thing so it's not resting on the plastic. I know it's probably not, it's not bad that it's resting on the plastic, but I do want a little riser like that, and it will be a little bit easier to wire in. At the same time, I will get myself another piece of DIN rail mounted down here. I'll mount the DIN rail up there, and then I'll be able to start wiring the power side to these things, and then I'll see what I do from there, because basically there's not much I could wire in for the moment. I'm gonna wire in this power supply, but before installing this power supply, I will be going to the hardware store and getting myself a piece of cable so I could I certainly like the cable like that. I could plug this up and pass my connector here on the bottom here, and then the other one that'll leave to go to the emergency stop. I will be getting my contactor today, so I will try to install all of that today with the fan, and then on a later date I will try to just get it to work. I might install one of these LED lights I have here that I have for my trailer build in the backyard. I might try to mount a light just to indicate that there is power on the on this panel here, just to indicate that it is on, and just to remember to turn it off at the end of the day. You guys, I just went to go get some wire at the hardware store and a plug, so I'll start doing my supply. So I'll put you guys in time lapse. Just in time, as I was doing the time lapse for my buttons here, I just got my 12-volt power supply and my 120-volt contactor that'll cut off the power to the machine if I hit the emergency stop or the stop button. So let's get back to the time lapse. So hey guys, so for today I'm pretty much done. It's 3 o'clock and I gotta go start making supper. But so my 3 controllers are mounted. The top rail is mounted, but I did take some of the what you call it again, terminal blocks for my 120. I basically wired in my contactor to be a holding contactor, so whenever you turn the machine on with the start button, the contactor will stay active, and then whenever you press the stop or the emergency stop, it'll unlatch and open up the contactor, closing off the machine. I got my 12-volt power supply here, which I will probably just wire directly the fan into. And I took my dimensions for my my power supply. That's going to be 24 volts instead of using I had this power supply just laying around. I could always like use this in the meanwhile, but I've already ordered the other one on Amazon because look, this thing is a beast. So basically the one I ordered on Amazon is going to be a DIN mount. It's going to be here. It's quite large, but it's a 60 mil large. It comes up about to the flush with the door. And so basically all my 24 volt stuff is going to come here. And then I'll be able to supply the 24 volts directly to the motors, avoiding the signal wires. Because basically, like I said, the signal wires are all going to be in this area of the machine. So signal wires for pulse and direction are going to be from here to there. And for the limit switches or home switches, they're all going to be here. So these are the 3 home switches, and eventually there will be 3 more limit switches for the end of the axis when I figure out how to wire that in. And that should be it for the moment. I mean, I know I didn't wire it in. I didn't either do the other end of the power plug because I don't want my kids hooking this up by accident. So yeah, like this control panel is pretty much the smallest size for this project. I mean, obviously if it was bigger, I would be using these power supplies here, this 36 volt or this 24 volt one. But after some quick math, I mean, these motors don't pull that many watts. I mean, I just found out that these are like 4 or 5 watt phases, 4 or 5 volt phases, and they pull about 5 amps each phase. So I mean, it's very minimal, unless I'm confusing myself with something else. But I tried finding the data online, and no data talks about how much wattage that these things pull. But everybody seems to plug these things up with like these 24 volt 10 amp power supplies, and you know, I'm not going with all four. So I mean, I really don't even know how many these things pull. So I imagine if they give you a 240 watt, or in this case a 360 watt power supply, I'm assuming these things don't pull more than like 60 watts each. And if I look at the how many voltage is on each phase, that's probably a very good assessment. So basically, I don't know if you guys saw how I hooked up the emergency stop and all that for to function with this thing, but I could definitely go in more detail in the video while I during the time lapse. Also, just to show a bit what I use, so Nipex strippers with just a crimper for ferrule lugs, and this is like an Amazon kit I bought a few years ago that I keep refilling. So just some standard ferrules, and when I get some more wiring done, basically I use this whole Amazon kit. I'm gonna buy another one because I would like some more like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rounds. I don't know if I'm gonna put up here or there, because they do need basically, I think it is, by heart I don't recall, but I'd have to, oh yeah, so the ground here, so there's a ground switch or a wire, and that has to go to one of these signals. So this one is gonna have to be up here, but I just don't recall what is what, and I need some more, like, you know, covers and stuff like that. I don't want to mix the power. Like, I need a cover here. I'm gonna need another cover here whenever I add my 24 volt line. So I mean, a few things are coming up. I just gotta take my time and think about what I'm doing and not fuck it up. So I'll let you guys do that. Have a good day.